The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Well, my friends, it's already the 15th day of January. We're already halfway into the first month of 2015. I'm your host, Alex Jones, and I've been procrastinating, busy with documentary filmmaking, the nightly news, the radio show, family issues, you name it, in the last year that our new studio has been pretty much finished, and that we've been hosting the nightly news out of for about 6 months, to start segueing out of the old little studio. It's going to be a voiceover room in the future and a backup studio into the new studio. But we are in the new TV studio. If you're a radio listener, you go to Infowars.com/show, or PrisonPlanet.tv members also have the higher def feed, and we'll get the commercial-free podcast later today. You'll be able to see it all there at PrisonPlanet.tv as well. And, of course, we're not really presenting this in television, so you get to look at yours truly. I need to actually pay you to do that. I understand that. I think I've got a face for radio sometimes. But the reason we are television is we can show you video clips. We can show you the news articles. We can show you the documents. We can have our guest in studio. And you can get a chance to basically add several layers of informational awareness to that. And I know that goes without saying. Infowars.com, going back more than 10 years ago, pioneered not just having a webcam that I've had since 1997, when Limbaugh and other folks started doing them as well. We are trailblazers when it comes to adding video to radio. Folks say, I watch you on the radio. And people say, what do you mean we watch? Well, it's a radio format of talk radio, teleprompter free, talking point free, where we just break down the analysis, take calls, have guests. But then you add a television section to it where it's then live, real television as well. So the heart is radio, and the heart of the audience, the vast majority, is audio, whether it's AM and FM affiliates or 600,000+ people that download the podcast every day, or people that listen to the audio streams by the hundreds of thousands. Then you have tens of millions each week that watch the show via YouTube and other platforms. Still, the heart of it is a radio transmission. And then built around that, really the original non-dinosaur media, the first broadcast media was radio. But from the beginning, it was long form and not as scripted as when television came in. And that was kind of dominated by Hollywood. And so it was talk radio that led us out of the dark ages of the free speech restrictions of the Fairness Doctrine and other things that were put in place in the 60s. Those were overturned in the 80s. By good people at the telecommunications commissions and the FCC, like constitutional lawyer Bruce Fein. And then since then, it is the format of talk radio and real analysis, long-form breakdown of information that became the model then of new media and the online TV/radio shows that are now spreading across the board in media. And really overthrowing the existing state-run dinosaur system. But the establishment is striking back. The establishment is more and more trying to buy up the alternative media, trying to jam the alternative media with infighting and disinformation. But I'm here to tell you it's too little too late, because the fundamentals show in the polling the people, not just here but all over the world, do not buy into the system anymore. They do not trust the system anymore. They know fundamentally something's wrong, and they've begun to set about trying to find out exactly what's wrong to change that and turn things around. And seeking a redress, seeking solutions, seeking to fix things is the first part of the equation, and the rest historically follows, because no army can stop an idea whose time has come, and it's time to legalize freedom, to quote Ron Paul. I'm Alex Jones, coming to you out of the new studios deep in the heart of Texas. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with super male or super female vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
InfoWarsLife.com. Check it out today. I have set out to bring you the most hardcore, cutting-edge supplements and nutraceuticals, bar none. And that's what you'll find at InfoWarsLife.com. We have rejected literally hundreds of products from the InfoWars Life line because they are not of the very highest quality, or because they're not 100% organic, or because they don't pass all of the strictest toxicology tests there are that we have listed at InfoWarsLife.com. Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com and believed in us and tried the products. Folks, check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products. Every year we make resolutions to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, it's hard, even with diet and exercise, because of toxic food in our environment that is stressing our bodies more than ever before. Working with experts in nutrition and biochemistry, I found that super high-quality nutraceuticals, in addition to my diet and exercise, were the answers that synergistically worked. I could see the drastic changes every day with the amount of weight I've lost, my increased stamina, and more of a twinkle in my eye. That's why we are now so excited to launch the InfoWars Life Resolution Pack, combining 3 essential formulations: oxygen-based cleanser Oxy Powder, the Secret 12 bioavailable vitamin B12, and your choice of super female or super male vitality. Now all available at a discounted price to you and your family to bring in the new year and make 2015 a true success. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. 2015 is the year to do it, and it all starts at InfoWarsLife.com.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Well, this should be interesting today. I would expect that you might see a few interruptions here and there because we are doing 3 hours of live radio / television with a full 8-camera shoot and a full crew today out of the new TV studios. And we've got several satellite uplinks ready that I've just got to pull the trigger on. We've got ground studios also in Houston and other areas that we can satellite uplink through. We have a whole bunch of cable systems and TV stations, a huge file of them over the last 3 years that have contacted us, not just here but in Europe, that want to put free to air this 3-hour radio show on. And I've just had to build the infrastructure and get ready for it. And quite frankly, I've been procrastinating because I've been so busy dealing with the 3-hour radio show, the nightly news, making special reports and everything else, that I was cozy in my studio I've been in for 7 years. And before that, I was in other radio and TV studios over the last 20 years. But now we are shifting in the next few weeks entirely into the new TV studio and, of course, with the crew. who produces the radio show and the nightly news. But this is first and foremost a syndicated radio broadcast, over 180 AM and FM affiliates. And we are also, of course, satellite simulcast on global shortwave, WWCR, and, of course, dominant when it comes to political talk radio online at Infowars.com and, of course, PrisonPlanet.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Everyone listening on the radio who is online can go to the free video feed at Infowars.com/show. You can find all the free podcast links, iPhone and Droid apps, and so much more, as well as streaming links in different formats at Infowars.com on the Listen tab as well. But again, we are in the new TV studio. I simply have to pull the trigger on satellite systems in Atlanta, in Houston, and everywhere. You know, they say build it and they will come. Over the years, we've been approached, as folks knew that we were building this, with major outfits that are anti-New World Order, TV stations, local cable systems, you name it, that are ready to put us on main cable channels. Other talk show hosts that have gotten on cable, you notice, either get their own channel, but they're 500, 600, 700, or 1,000 channels up. We have TV and radio stations lined up across the United States that are ready to put us on broadcast TV, that are ready to put us on UHF, VHF, and they're ready to put us on basic cable channels. And I have been dragging my feet. I apologize to all of those partners who just want to fight the tyrants, who have believed in us to support us and offer all this. And the next month, I'm setting the deadline. I'm going to sign those agreements. Most of the stations are going to give us satellite uplinks for free, put us on, share advertising with us. It's extremely exciting what's happening. And it's just been so momentous that I've been holding back, trying to get everything just right. And I realize I've been successful because I never waited to get stuff just right. I've always just gone in there knowing I'm fighting for freedom, that we're fighting tyrants, and that I'm not perfect, and I've just got to do the best job I can. And I want to tell the crew that as well. All of them have done just an amazing job. We can punch up and show some of the folks in the control room and the entire operation here across the board. You can see Leanne McAdoo back there smiling, helping run the show. We'll be talking to her some later. CJ and so many others, Nico and Rob Dew and Marcos and John Bounds back there and Richard. I mean, there's so many people. You got Joe. Look at Leanne. It's like she's on the deck of the Enterprise, except there's M4s crossed behind her saying Molon Labe. Wonder what that means. So there isn't a TV station or network like it, and we've been growing for 20 years. We're now 20 years and change into the info war here in 2015. And I want to thank all of our AM and FM affiliates out there. Talk radio is the original alternative media. Back when the newspapers and broadcast TV was so controlled, that's been declassified. They tried to put in laws in the 60s, the Fairness Doctrine, to restrict free speech on talk radio. They would fine you or remove you from the air or take your license until it was overturned in 1987 by Ronald Reagan and his appointee to the FCC, Attorney Bruce Fein, who's a guest of ours routinely. Until that, you couldn't have talk radio. Now they want to bring in Fairness Doctrine for the internet under FCC control, and Obama has had CISPA reintroduced as of yesterday to restrict free speech on the internet in the aftermath of 20 dead in France. Since when do we get rid of free speech because of 20 dead? Plus, the terrorists were operating publicly on their Facebook and were allowed to fly around, even though they were on no-fly list. So why would we pass laws to restrict free speech and let the sun set on freedom for scum killing people? But this is the equation that we're told. And then there are demonstrations around the world for free speech, and the EU says they're promoting free speech when it's the EU pushing to arrest you if you don't believe in man-made global warming or if you criticize the United Nations or EU unelected bureaucrats. Now, here's what's coming up today. In the second hour, we have incredibly important mainstream news proof that people are taking the flu shots, especially children, and dying after they take them. We know that's going on. We also